Well, good morning. I've come up to the apiary this morning to take the supers off the hives that I prepared yesterday. It's pouring with rain, but it was just one dark cloud, so I thought whilst the rain's going over, I'll explain how that's done, because a lot of people do ask me, how do you take the honey off and what happens to the bees when you do that? So here's how it's done. Yesterday I came up, we use a crown board like this. The crown board has two holes in it. This one's just got a wire mesh over it for ventilation, but so the bees can't get up. And in this hole here, over this hole here, we place this like that. Now what happens is we pin it. I pin mine down, turn it over. I'm holding it with my thumb. The bees go through that hole and down onto here, and then they walk around there, go through there and down into the brood box, and of course they can't get back up, so into the super. So they're being cleared down from the honey, and I hope you'll see when I get up there that when I take off the supers, there might be the odd little straggler bee, but all the bees will be down in the brood box. So follow me and I'll show you how clear the supers are. It's beginning to stop raining, so I'm going to suit and boot myself and light my smoker. The dark clouds have gone. I'm suited, I'm booted, I've got my smoker at the ready, and I've come up to the apiary to remove the crown board. This is the hive that I'm going to be removing the two supers from, so I will just show you closer up. You can see the sun's come out now. It doesn't take long for the bees to start working again. This is the floor, the door, this is the brood box, this is the queen excluder, the wire mesh that stops the queen and the drones going up into. That's one of the supers. Now that's a fresh super with comb in, and then there's my clearer board, okay, which I showed you, and these are the two supers that I'm taking off. That's a very deep lid incidentally, so the bees will have gone down there because they have to get down at some point through the clearer board, and this is the super they're now putting the honey in and into the brood box as well. Okay, so fingers crossed that's worked. Right, as I said, we're in between showers, so the smoker is down by the entrance, which will, just a few wafts will go in there, or the smell of it, and that will hopefully keep the bees happy down in the brood box whilst I remove the super. So I'm going to take the lid off. I'll put it up here, or on here rather. Okay. Just make sure it's worked. Have a look in here. I can't show you right this second because the least disruption to the bees the better, but I'll certainly show you when I get back down to the apiary. I'm going to pop that on there like that. I'm just going to, because there should be quite a few bees in here. This is the super that I put on yesterday that they're now using whilst I spin these. Yes, they are. You see, they've just come out. There is the escape with the clearer board. A few bees still trying to get down there or get back up. Just move this a second over here. Just gently brush these bees off here. There we go. I use feathers. Taught me that. It's very gentle. This is the original crown board with its two little bee escapes in. It's virtually the same as the other ones, but much smaller way of doing it, but they just don't work for me. But I put those to cover the holes, because when you put this back on, if you didn't cover, there you go girls, I know, if you didn't cover this box, they would just keep on building comb up through those holes into the lid. It has happened to me. It's very pretty, but it's a horrible mess. So their bees have flown off that cloth now, which is great. So they've got this super here that they're now filling up with honey, and I shall go home and spit the other ones later on. Yep, put back on. No disturbance to the bees. And when I get down to the barn again, I'll show you. There are no bees in there. No bees have been harmed in the removal of the supers. Well, I'm back in my little den now where I keep all my equipment. So you just have to trust me. Oh, there's a bee. That shows you that these are the supers that came off. This isn't a trick. So this one here, there we go, very heavy. As I said, I didn't want to bother the bees with showing you, but can't see what I've done, but I've lifted the lid off. Those are all the super frames. There's a couple of little bees meandering about, but nothing to worry about. They'll go back to their hive. I'll just take one out to show you. They're not fully capped, but this is rapeseed, which is why I'm doing this at so early, because if I don't take it up, it will just all set in the comb and it's no good to the bees, and it's very sticky, hard work to get it out. So you can already see that it's set. I used the refractometer on it yesterday, and that showed it to be 19, so that was okay. And if I give it a shake, that's always a good test, like that, and no honey comes out, that's a good little test as well. So that's ready for spinning. Oh, there's a little bee going around my phone. Normally in the summer this would all be capped over before we would take it up, but this is rapeseed honey, very different. You handle it very differently. So there you go. I've got one little bee wandering around the top of the frame. Let me show you. I'll turn it around for you. There you go. Oh, there she is. Look, there's one little bee, and that was absolutely covered in. There she is. She's thinking, where am I? I'm just going to brush her off with a feather in just a moment, and then she can fly back off up to the hive. Well, that's it. The supers are all in the car. I should take them home, probably spin the honey off tomorrow because I'm busy this afternoon. I hope by watching this video you've seen that no bees are harmed during the process of removing the honey from the bees. So next time you buy your jar of honey from your local beekeeper, you can enjoy it just that little bit more now, knowing that no bees at all have been harmed in this process. Have a great day.